Work. And we're live! Woohoo! All right. Hello, everybody. Hi, friends. Oh, my goodness. Hello, Team Wise. Hello, YouTube. I hope we got technology on our side today. Sometimes technology does whatever technology wants to do, right? So I'm Erica Champion Wise, and I have my friend and fellow fashionista, Jill. This is Jill. Jill, where do you live? Where are you from? Tell us all your things.
I'm in Southern California in the desert, like I like to say, the middle of nowhere. We're about.
I'm sorry. I'm touching technology.
We're like we're in the middle of nowhere, so it takes me about 30 minutes to get to Target. And if I want to go to a big city, then it's like an hour or more.
How long have
you can work a business no matter where you live? Just saying.
Right. It's totally a perk though, sometimes, right?
Yeah, it's quiet here.
It's quiet is good. We'll take it. Oh my gosh. So how long have you been part of Paparazzi?
So I have been with Paparazzi. Hang on, I'm trying to find the volume. There you go. I've been with Paparazzi for 5 years this month. I know we suck with technology, you guys. Sorry. This month. See, I can't even talk. This month is my 5-year Paparazzi anniversary. Technically, I don't have an anniversary because I joined on leap year.
Oh.
I actually joined. I bought my kit on leap year. We had a promo the month that I joined, and I bought it in the last I waited till the last hours of that starter kit special to make up my dang mind and decide I want to do this. So it was literally maybe 2 hours before the starter kit promo ended in 2016 on leap year that Jill jumped in. So yeah, this month will be 5 years. I can't believe that. It seems like forever and like yesterday at the same time.
Right? And that's why we don't get mad at people for taking their time to decide.
For real.
You took your time, you last 2 hours of the month. And look at you now.
Yep.
Look at you now. There's nothing wrong with people needing to really think on this.
Yeah, it has to be the right time for you. It really does.
It really does. Oh, hello, everybody joining us. Hi, friends. Thank you for being here. So we've got Jill. If you haven't met Jill, she's from California. She's too much fun. She's way too much fun. I just love her. And we're going to chat a little bit. Team Wise sent some questions. And listen, Team Wise did not play around with these questions. They are hard-hitting questions that we've got here for her. And the first one is, Jill, if you could do this all over again, what would you do different and why?
Okay, so I tell my team this all the time. I would not wait to grow my team. That's the biggest regret I have. When I first started, I was very skeptical about myself and very skeptical about this business. And it took me about 6 months, might be longer, about 6 months. I'd have to go back and look in my back office before I got my first team member, and I didn't even go recruit her. She was just one of my customers. She joined in the middle of the night because she liked the jewelry and wanted a discount. But I didn't have in my head thoughts of being a leader or sharing the opportunity with others or growing a team at all. That was not my jam. So looking back, if I would go back and just change that and start growing my team from the very beginning, how much further would I be in my business? How many more people would I have the opportunity to help if I had those 6 months back? If I had, reached out to other people, reached out to my good customers, reached out to those people that I know who need a business like this and offered the opportunity to them, how much further could I be? And then the other thing I would say that I would do differently is get out of my own way from day one.
Tell us.
That's gonna hurt some people. I just gotta say, we are our own worst enemy and our own harshest critic. And I am not a salesperson. I'll say that 8 million times to Sunday. I have never been a good salesperson. I have always had those sales jobs that were commission only, and Jill didn't get paid because Jill didn't sell anything. So going into this business, I had real high hopes, y'all. Real high hopes. I thought I was gonna sell 5 pieces of jewelry out of my starter kit, forever. That's all I thought I could sell. I thought somebody would take pity on me, maybe a couple somebodies, and I'd sell 5 pieces of jewelry and that would be it. And I think that held me back. Those limiting beliefs held me back a lot in the beginning. And it didn't take long to get over that. But if I could have got over that a little bit faster, I could have been, a lot farther in my business. I could have sold more jewelry. I could have made more money, made more people happy, all that good stuff. So yeah, those are my two.
Not doubting you.
Yeah, not doubting myself.
Because you're pretty awesome. I think you're pretty awesome.
Well, I think you're pretty awesome too. But you know what I mean? Like we're all in our own head. Like I tell my team this. I'm an overthinker. Okay. And I have several on my team who are overthinkers too. Like Overthinkers Unite. We need a club. Okay. And so you have those thoughts in your head, and I know I will have conversations with myself, and I'll play out the entire conversation in my head, and right? So I'm like, okay, well, if I ask her this, then she's going to say this, and then I'm going to say that. And I've had this 30-minute conversation in my head that never happened. And so I psyched myself out. No, Jill, you can't ask her to be a hostess because like, no, honey, that didn't happen. That was in your head. So yeah, I got to get out of my own way.
Yes, maybe Erica needed to hear that. Go ahead. You're having arguments with people in your own head.
You're having I'll have like detailed conversations, y'all, that never happened.
Yep, never happened. Every time.
Yep.
Every time. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's okay. So the next question that these ladies asked was, what is your why? What's your why now? What was your why? What is your why now? And why has it changed?
So my why in the beginning is very different than my why now, as most people will tell you. My why in the beginning was that I was a mom, still am a mom. I'm a homeschooling mother of 4. At the time, my youngest was 1. And there's 4 of them. I don't know how they got here. No, I do, but just
we don't need that lesson.
We don't need that one. Yeah. It's a family show. We're not gonna go there. Anyway, right. Just kidding. Sorry. I'm a dork, y'all. If you don't know me, like just keeping it real. Okay. So I have 4 kids, and at the time, my thing was I needed to find myself. We had just moved where we live now. And it was a 4-hour move from where we were. And not just, it had been a couple of years, but I don't meet people very easily. Okay. And we didn't know very many people in our area. We didn't know, like, I know like 5 people, seriously. And we're like 4 hours away from our closest family and friends. And so I was going through the motions of life as the wife and the mom, like cooking dinner and cleaning and the household chores and balancing the checkbook, and everything's about them and nothing was about me. And so I needed something for me. I needed to find myself. I needed recognition, and I needed awards, and I needed somebody to say, "Atta girl, and you did a good job." And I needed somebody to see me because I felt very invisible. I felt very unseen. And I love my husband. I love my kids. I love the life we've built. I love our family, but it is so easy to get caught up in all of that stuff and forget who you are and forget that you have a voice and that you have something to give to others and you have a purpose in life, whether you have kids or not.
Yeah.
It's easy to get lost in the shuffle of the day to day and forget those things. So that was my why then. I joined because I'm like, nobody tells me, hey, thanks for balancing the checkbook. Thanks for that meatloaf. Thanks for changing my diaper, Mom. I don't get any of that. I needed somebody to call me and say, hey, congratulations on hitting life of the party. And I needed somebody to, tell me you get to walk across the stage and accept an award. And I needed my name up in lights, and I needed to be paparazzi famous, y'all. Okay.
Yes.
And my sponsor just laughs at me for that, but I'm just saying. But yeah, I needed that because I needed that, like, what's the word?
You needed to matter.
Yeah, I needed.
I'm crying.
I was still important.
Yes.
That I could still be important and still be a mom and still be a wife and still have a family, but I could have something for me too. And so that was my original why. Over the years, it's evolved, and this. I'm not going to cry. This has become it's become a platform for me to share my heart with others and to let other people know that they can have a voice too. So, as elite leaders, we get to train each other's teams. We get to training swap and go in and help each other as much as we can. And so I've had the opportunity, I've been invited to speak to Erica's teams and lots of teams with Paparazzi and share my story and a little kick in the pants, because that's what I'm known for. But through that, I'm able to share, you know, the things that have happened to me in my past and the horrible experiences that I've had to go through. And I have gotten so many messages, so many emails, so many YouTube messages and Facebook messages from other people, other consultants who have had similar experiences and said, thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for sharing the things that you've overcome in your life. And thank you for using your Paparazzi platform as a voice and a vehicle to help others. So that's my why now, is to let people know that it doesn't matter what crazy things have happened in your life, whether you've gone through a divorce, you've been abused, whether physically or verbally or emotionally, if you've had a death in the family, if you've struggled with infertility, or you've struggled with homelessness, or you've struggled with any of the awful things that unfortunately happen to so many of us, health issues or whatnot, that you still have the power to create the life that you want. You still have the power to make your dreams come true. And it doesn't matter what junk happened to you. I almost said a bad word. In your past, use that as fuel for your fire, and use that as motivation to move yourself forward and to show my kids that, you know, mommy's kind of badass. Just
yes, you are. Oh, coming off of Empower Me Pink yesterday. So if you're watching this 20 years in the future, we just had Empower Me Pink literally yesterday.
You're watching 20 years in the future. Remember, I was young. No.
I know. My skin is clear.
We didn't have wrinkles yet, or not yet.
But yesterday it felt like Paparazzi doesn't always pick a theme for EMP, but yesterday it felt like the theme was you matter. And we as Paparazzi consultants need to remember that we need to make people matter. And just hearing your why as a leader on this side of it, it's a good reminder to, as from the brand newest star consultant all the way to the most elite consultant, we have to make people matter, because so many of us come in seeking recognition. Mm-hmm. I need recognition. Absolutely. No one here, like, I get a thank you for dinner, honey. But I don't get a thank you for folding my undies. Or like, I don't get that. And so many of us need that. And that one was really good. And so everybody make a note. You got to make people matter, because no one else makes us matter.
Yeah. Mother's Day and Christmas and your birthday. That's about it.
That's about
Maybe Valentine's Day.
And I don't even have children, so Mother's Day's out.
But you're a dog mom. Don't they
yes.
get you like little Mother's Day doggy cards? They should.
They should, but here we are.
I'm gonna have to talk to the cute little brown one. What's his name?
Chevy. He would eat it. He would eat it. He would tear that sucker up.
He's my favorite. I'm just saying.
It's okay.
I love his antics.
Yeah, he'll wear you out. Oh my gosh. Well, actually, this is really good. This is kind of a good segue. So we got a 3-part question here. What is your top advice for a new consultant, a returning consultant, and for a consultant considering quitting Paparazzi?
Okay. Ooh, let's see. Top advice for a new consultant: just get going. Don't wait for it to be perfect. It will never be perfect. I hear that a lot. Oh, I got to paint a room, or I got to get all this. They want to get pegboards, or they want to get the perfect setting, or they want to get, you know, a certain amount of inventory, or they want to fill in the blank. Okay. Don't wait for the perfect time. There will never be a perfect time. And every day you sit getting ready is a day of missed opportunity. Not just money wise, because we talk about the money a lot, because, you know, we need money to survive. But as far as the opportunity to share hope with others, Trent calls us the dealers of hope. And we really are. We really do get to connect with our followers, connect with our customers, share laughs, and talk about our triumphs and our tragedies, talk about our family life, get to know them as people, not just as jewelry selling robots. And so every day you're getting ready, you're missing out on all of that. So don't wait, just get started, just get going. Let's see. You said new consultant. What was the other one?
Let's get a couple returning consultant. Someone who
Returning
took a break and came back.
So if you took a break and came back, congratulations for making that decision to come back, first of all, because it's hard to take a break and get that momentum going again. That is one of the cool things about Paparazzi. If life gets in the way, if you have health issues or family issues, or you just need to take a break for whatever reason, we do have the ability to come back, and that's awesome. But as human beings, we all know that it's hard. It's hard to take a break and come back. Just like if you take an exercise break, Jill's talking to herself, okay? And you were really good about working out, and then you take a break. Like, it's hard to get back on that treadmill. Y'all, I got a gym in my house. I see it. I walk past it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you're still there, bike. You're still there, treadmill. Yeah, we're not friends right now, okay? It's hard. It's hard to get back. And so it's the same thing with your paparazzi business. If you took a break, it's hard to get back. So congratulations for making that decision to come back. Same rules apply. Just get going. Don't wait for it to get perfect. Just get going. Order some new inventory and go sell it right now. Go pre-sell your new releases that you ordered. Go set a live schedule. Stick to it. Be consistent. And just get going. And third part, what was the third one? I'm forgetful.
Someone considering leaving Paparazzi.
Okay. This one's going to hurt. If you're considering leaving Paparazzi, I can't convince you not to. It's not my job. We're grown adults. Okay? You have to decide what you want. And the thing about it is, you joined Paparazzi for some reason in the beginning, right? There was a reason, there was a why that you decided this business was the one for you. Maybe it was to pay off credit card debt. Maybe it was to pay for your kids' dance lessons. Maybe it was that you needed to buy a car. You wanted to pay your house payment. You wanted an extra $500 a month. You wanted an extra $10,000 a month, whatever it may be. You made a decision when you bought that starter kit and you started your journey with Paparazzi that was your why for getting started. So now you're somebody who wants to quit. I'm going to ask you, did you get to that goal? Because there are people who set a short-term goal for their business. They're like, dude, I just want to buy a washer. And once I buy my washer, I'm good. I don't need this anymore. You know, Misty has told us the story of there was a consultant who was going through fertility treatments to have a baby. And her why for starting Paparazzi was just to make the however many tens of thousands of dollars her fertility treatments cost. And once she did, she was done. She had no ill feelings about Paparazzi, but she had her goal. She met her goal and she was done. If that's you, great. And you met your goal and you don't want anything else about it. We have no hard feelings about it. Good for you. But if you didn't, and you just are quitting because you're not getting there as fast as you wanted to, and you haven't reached your goals as quickly as you thought you would, and you set your box of jewelry in the corner and you didn't do anything with it, and you weren't consistent in your business, and so you didn't sell any jewelry and you didn't make any money, and now you want to quit, my question to you is, are you gonna pay off that debt if you don't? So if you started and you wanted to make an extra $1,000 a month to pay your credit card debt, or you wanted to buy that new car for your husband because his is about to die, did you do it yet? And if you're quitting because you didn't, do you really think that's going to get you closer to your goal? So you have to have a little reality truth check with yourself and realize that quitting is not going to speed up the process. The process is not always fast. Sure, there are some people who make a lot of money overnight and they have, this great following and they have beginner's luck. They're really consistent in their business, whatever it may be, and they have a lot of success up front. That's not everybody, okay? Success takes time for a lot of people, and it does take consistency. And I think so many people are expecting a get rich quick, and those don't exist. So when they don't get $1 million overnight, they're like, I'm done, I'm quitting, I'm done, I'm out. If that's you, honey, quitting ain't gonna make that money come any faster. You're still gonna be broke. You're still gonna have all those same goals you had in the beginning, and now you're not gonna have a means to get there. So I can't talk you into staying. I can't talk you into working your business. That's not my job. But you have to have those hard conversations with yourself and decide, are you really where you want to be? And if not, then keep going. Keep being consistent. Keep working your algorithm. Keep working your business. Stop canceling your lives. Stop making excuses and stop, getting in your own way. That's what I have to say to that one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yes. Did you do everything you set out to do here? And only you can answer that.
Yeah.
And if the answer is yes, I totally did. Someone just wiped out on a bicycle in my front yard. It's an adult, or I would like go out and if it was a kid, we'd have
That's
to go.
Okay. The other side of this wall is my garage, and you can probably hear my husband's table saw, whatever he's building, and the hammer.
I can't hear it.
So I'm sorry if you can. I'm like,
no,
oh my God.
That segue, like a grown person just wiped out on a bike in my front yard. Okay, what were we talking about? Oh, did you do everything you set out to do here? If you did, okay. If you didn't, come on. You can do it. We believe in you. We totally believe in you. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and this is perfect. Oh, my gosh. We couldn't have done this any better. So the next question is, how do you keep your teammates going through the hard times they want to quit?
Okay.
This is good.
So I'm a firm believer in leading by example, and I know Erica is too. So leading by example to me means that I don't ever issue them a challenge that I don't do. If I tell them you got to go live a certain number of days, then I'm going live the same number of days. If I tell them, hey, let's learn Instagram, I'm trying to learn Instagram. If I'm telling them, you need to try and sell X amount of pieces this day or this week or this month, Jill's there too. Okay. So I feel like if they know they can trust me to lead by example, that's going to help them as well. I can't motivate anybody. Like, I need y'all to write that down. I can't motivate you. You can't motivate me. Erica can't motivate me. I can't motivate Erica. Motivation comes from within. Inspiration is something I can provide. So hopefully they'll see me working my business and they'll be inspired to do the same, but they have to be self-motivated. So like, my sponsor doesn't make or break my business, and I don't make or break theirs. I can give them all the tools, all the training, all the resources, everything I have already given them and continue to give them to help them work their business, but I can't go into their house and sell their jewelry for them. So if you have a box of jewelry in the corner and you refuse to go live and you refuse to post albums, you refuse to have a messenger party, you refuse to do any of the things that I teach you how to do, it's not my fault you're not selling jewelry. And it's not my responsibility to do it for you. You have to be self-motivated. And I think that's one of the things that's hardest for people to grasp with the business, because so many of us are used to a 9-to-5 job, and we're used to a boss that tells us, okay, clock in at 9 a.m. and you do these tasks. And when you finish these tasks, you can clock out for the day. And that's not my job. I'm not your boss. And so it's not my job to tell you, hey, clock into your paparazzi business today, do these 10 things, and then clock out. Do I have checklists and suggested things, DMOs and stuff for my team? Absolutely. But I am not your boss. And I'm not sitting there telling you, okay, Sally, now you have to go live tonight and you have to do this tonight and you have to do, like, that's your job, Sally. Sally is her own boss. Sally works her own business. So I can inspire you. I can give you the tools. I can help, by showing you leading by example, but you got to do your own stuff. So, I mean, I feel like leading by example is the only really way I can do that.
I love it. I love it. I'm over here off the screen just cheering. You guys couldn't see me. I'm like, that part right there. That part, right? Yes. And I think you hit on something that we don't talk about a lot here in direct sales as a whole, in that transition from being an employee to being a business owner. Our society, we grow up learning how to be an employee. Our first jobs, we are bottom rung employees. And jumping into a business like this, we now own it, and we are the boss of ourselves. And myself, she is the hardest one to rein in. Like Erica is the worst one that Erica has to rein in. Yep. I don't listen to myself. And it's that switch. And if you're struggling, I want to ask you, have you switched from being an employee to being a boss? Mm-hmm. Have you made that conscious thought process switch? And it's not simple and it's not easy, and you have to grow into that. And if you're willing and able to make that alternation of the way you think, things will change here. Right? Well, do you remember when you had to make that switch, or was it just a conscious thing for you and the unconscious?
I think, well, okay, so I was a stay-at-home mom for years before I did this. So it had been a while since I had been an employee. I think my switch was taking it seriously instead of thinking I was going to sell those 5 pieces. Because I didn't have big goals. Like people talk about, oh, I have an income goal. That was not Jill. I was very skeptical about this. I had never done anything else before. So I wasn't like, in a bunch of other things. Nothing wrong with that. Just that wasn't my story. And I didn't know what to expect. I really didn't have a lot of faith in myself. And so I didn't have any goals. And when my friends, because I started out as a hostess, okay? First I started as a customer and then a hostess. Like I tell my team, hostess parties. I know Erica preaches hostess parties. Like, hello, you get elite leaders from hostess parties, just saying. And so I started out as a customer, had never heard of Paparazzi. My friend invited me to a Facebook album party because there was no Facebook Live. Mm-hmm. And I bought 2 pairs of earrings to help her out. I knew she'd get free stuff if I shopped. And that was the only reason I bought, because I didn't wear jewelry. I have very sensitive skin. And then I fell in love, found out I could wear them. I was hooked. And then I asked to hostess a party. And my friends who never buy anything, bought so much jewelry. I got 13 free pieces from my hostess party. Yeah. So that was insane. And then that started the wheels turning and started me asking questions to the consultant who's now my sponsor. And then I joined as a consultant, but I didn't tell people. I didn't have a coming out party, and I didn't make it known that now I sell this paparazzi stuff because, again, I was very skeptical about the business, very skeptical about myself. So I just quietly told a few people, and I quietly, smartly told the people who shopped my party. Because I knew, well, they already shopped. They already knew the jewelry. I'm going to just kind of slide in their DMs. Isn't that what the kids say? Yeah. Slide in their DMs. And be like, hey, that jewelry that you like? I signed up to do that too. And that's what I did. And just by doing that, like I said, I didn't publicly post it and stuff. Just by doing that, I had 13 hostess parties scheduled before I even got my tracking on my starter kit.
Oh my gosh.
13.
And this is why we don't take the answer, but my friends don't shop. And we don't take that answer.
Yeah.
Because you simply don't know until you do it. And 130 pieces at a party plus 13 shut up.
Yeah. 13 hostess parties. And I booked them for 6 weeks out, not back to back, but before I even had tracking on my kit. So I had all those parties scheduled, and they were album parties, y'all. That was hard work.
Old school.
That was hard work to have album parties and to update everything. And I was doing 3 to 4 album parties a week and making sure I wasn't overselling items and deleting the solds and all that stuff. And I was a one-woman show, still am a one-woman show. That's a whole nother story. And I think it started clicking for me when my PayPal balance started going up. Mm-hmm. And it started clicking for my husband too, because one night I was deleting albums for my album party, or deleting items for my album party. And I had my PayPal on one screen and my inventory stuff on another screen, split screen or whatever. And he saw the PayPal balance and he was like, excuse me, wait, what? He's like, is that a bill? No, honey, that's not a bill. That's the amount of money in my account. And he's like, wait a minute. And fool starts sending me an Amazon wish list. He starts texting messaging me and private messaging me on Facebook, Amazon links. 5 years later, he still does the same thing. Okay. That's when it got real. That's when it switched from I'm going to sell 5 pieces to holy heck, I'm actually making money. When my husband saw my PayPal balance and started sending me his wish list on Amazon, that's when it got real for me. So,
awesome. And so money talks to you.
Money talks.
And so often I think people are afraid to let money talk to them. Listen, money talks to me and I'm not ashamed of it. Money makes the world turn. I'm not greedy and I don't love money, but I need money. Me and money, we're buds. We're friends.
We are. We're good friends.
Get these done and get these done and all those things,
Yeah.
It's okay that money talks to us and can encourage us and let us switch from being that employee to being the owner. Like maybe someone needs to look at their PayPal and say, wow.
And money is freedom. Okay. I think some people think money is dirty, and some people think that it's bad to talk about money, and they think it's like boastful or like, I don't even know the other words. Like they think it's dirty or sleazy or
right.
Like we all have bills.
Right.
Okay. We all have bills. You need money to pay said bills, right? So there's nothing wrong with making money. If I was a CEO of like a Fortune 500 company in the corporate world and I made what I make with Paparazzi, nobody would turn their head up at me if I had stilettos and a nice little, I cannot walk in heels, y'all. If I had stilettos and a nice little business suit and I drove my Mercedes to my corporate job and I made what I make now, everybody would be respectful of that and be like, oh my God, I'm so excited for you, a woman in business. But for some reason, when it's a woman in business and the business happens to be in my home, me making that money, which I make more than a lot of people in corporate America, I'm just saying, for some reason that's boastful. And you got to flip the switch on that. That's not boastful. I would still have the same bills. I'd actually have more bills if I was in corporate America and I had to pay for dry cleaning and daycare. I mean, 4 kids, y'all. Daycare on 4 kids would not be cheap. You know, all that stuff. So I get to do that from the comfort of my home. I get to do that around my family's schedule. I get to play games with my kids and, you know, watch Netflix and do all the things that I do and still make a 6-figure income from home. There's nothing boastful about that. There's something empowering about that. There's something amazing and incredible about that. There's something that just fuels me to know that I can take care of us. And, you know, we're paying off bills. My husband's car this summer, good gravy. That's a whole nother thing.
You paid cash.
I did pay cash. It took a while, y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
So my husband and I, like, we're frugal people. I'm part Armenian. I'm cheap, y'all. Okay. Like, it's just in my blood. I'm cheap. So he had this car. It was a 2007 Saturn that we bought brand new in 2007. Okay. And I love that car. Still love that car. Wish we didn't have to get rid of that car. But that car started making noises and throwing up error codes, and the check engine light and all that stuff came on. We're in California. We had to smog the car. And to smog the car, it can't have any of those lights on. So the dang car would not pass smog. And that car was in and out of the mechanic for a good 6 months. And the mechanic could not figure out what was wrong. Well, they don't make Saturns anymore. So there's like nobody to turn to. They had trouble getting the parts and this whole big thing. And so we put like thousands of dollars into this car trying to fix it. The mechanic was like, well, it's passing the smog emissions part of the test, but it won't pass because the stupid light won't go off. And he's like, your car's basically okay, but it won't pass smog. Well, you can't smog it. You can't register it. And then you're in trouble with the DMV. And I'm like, oh, I don't need these people on my butt. You know, we got to get rid of this car. By the way, the blue book of our car was less than $300.
Oh my gosh.
When all this was going on, the blue book value of the car was less than $300, and we'd put like probably $2,000 into trying to fix it. And so I sat down with my husband one day. I was like, dude, okay, dude. I love the car. You love the car. We brought home babies in that car. That's why he didn't want to get rid of it. And I'm like, but come on, like, we need a new car. He's like, okay, but I don't want a car payment. I have a car payment on my car. Okay. We bought ours, or I bought mine the year before. I have a car payment on my car. Total transparency. But he's like, I don't want another car payment. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you want? He's like, I want this Hyundai Kona SUV. And I'm like, okay, let's research this. All right. That's a price. It's not bad, but it's, you know, it's over $20,000. So I'm like, okay, you don't want a car payment. How are we going to make this happen? I guess I got to hustle. So that's what I did. I started putting away money from my sales. I started putting away a lot of money from my sales, like most of my money from my sales. Okay. I didn't reinvest in my business as much as I should have, to be quite honest. And that put me a little bit behind on my life of the party goals for this year. I'll still get there, but I'm a little bit behind. But I was able to, in about 6 weeks, give or take, save up the money to pay cash for his SUV. And
that makes me so happy.
I still, like, it's making me all teary because the fact that we were able to do that, I mean, I don't want to say I took care of him or like any of that, or like it's not manly that he didn't pay for it and like none of that. Okay. The fact that I didn't have to tell him no, because he didn't tell me no with this business. When I wanted to start this business, and I was very skeptical, and so was he didn't tell me no. And so the fact that I didn't have to tell him no when he wanted that car, or I didn't have to tell him, no, pick a cheaper car. You know, we'll get you a cheaper car. We'll get you a new car still, but we'll get you a used car. I didn't have to tell him that. I was able to say, all right, nose to the grind. I'm going to hustle. I'm going to sell like crazy, and I'm going to make it happen. And that didn't come from my team commission, y'all. That came from sales income. And because we were able to pay cash, they gave us an even better deal on the car. We had negotiated the price with the Costco auto program thing. They give you like a cheaper rate or whatever. And so I knew, like, I had the price sheet. I knew down to the penny exactly how much money I needed, which was really helpful. And the week before, I was $1,000 short. And I was $1,000 short. I knew exactly how much I needed. And I'm like, I have an appointment with the sales guy on Saturday morning to go buy this car. I knew exactly down to the penny how much I need. And we were $1,000 short. And I was not going to tell him no. And we had that conversation. I remember sitting right here, right in front of me, and having that conversation. Well, maybe we should get a different car. And we're looking on the dealership's website, and we're looking at the different models that they had. And we're like, okay, this one's a little cheaper. Maybe we can get that one instead. And it just made my heart sink. He works so hard for our family, and he's never told me no. And I didn't want to have to say no. We're $1,000 short. Go get something else. So I sold my butt off that week, and I made up that difference. And I was able to walk into that dealership knowing we had more than enough money. Had to call the bank ahead of time because we did use our debit card. So I had to call them the day before and approve the transaction because, you know, they have like a $200 limit or whatever. And I knew we were going to get, like, we didn't have money for the warranty, like none of that. I was like, just going to get the car. Okay. But no warranty. Because we paid cash, like it comes with a warranty, but no extended warranty. Sorry. Because we paid cash, they gave us an even better deal. And we were able to get the like platinum warranty or whatever cheaper than the price we were quoted. So y'all, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in what Paparazzi possible means and what is possible with your journey, please understand this. Success is waiting for you. You just have to hustle. You just have to put in the time, the energy, and the effort. You can have all those things. And it is possible to do crazy things like that. It is possible to do smaller things, you know, just pay for a gas in your car. Just pay for groceries that week. Just pay for all those little things. You don't have to have some big story if you bought a car in cash. You know, you don't have to buy a mansion. We all have daily necessities that we need, and you can do that with Paparazzi. But I'll tell you, that feeling of being able to tell him, yes, you can have exactly what you want, that was good. That was good for our marriage. That was good for my self-esteem. That was good for knowing that I was able to take care of him for once after 21 years of him taking care of me.
Oh, I knew the story was good, but I didn't know it was that good. Oh, I knew it was so good. Oh, I think we're going to end on that one, friend. That is good.
Sorry, I didn't mean that I'll get like emotional, but that one just...
Hush. If you're not crying around here, you're not doing it right. Oh, that is wonderful. I'm so proud of you.
Oh,
I am so, you have, oh, I know your story. I know what you overcame. They may not know, but I do. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you for being here. Is there anything like last you want to just close out on, or do we want to leave them crying over this?
I do want to say something. So team-wise, okay, I'm talking to you right now, team-wise, and I'm talking to my rock stars too, but more than that, I'm talking to team-wise, okay? Team-wise, you have a freaking rock star leader, okay? Erica, oh my God. She is one of my favorite people on the planet. Like, seriously, I spent a ridiculous amount of time with her at Leadership Summit, and I kind of stalked her a little bit. I've stalked her for years. And when I finally got the chance to meet her in person, I kind of didn't let go of her. And she probably thought I was like that crazy kid who was like her fangirl or whatever. And I'm like, can I sit with you? Like every meal, can I sit with you? Can I sit with you? And I just soaked up everything she had to give, every tip, every trick, every motivational speech, everything she has to give, because she's really, truly incredible as a leader in Paparazzi. She's incredible as a person, as a human being. So if you are not listening to the things that Erica tells you, like, you need to open your ears and listen up, because you have a rock star leader on your hands. And she is somebody who will lead you in the right direction. Sorry, I had a kid looking at me in the window. She will lead you in the right direction, and she will not lead you astray. So please take all the information she gives you. I know she gives amazing trainings. She is there pouring so much love into her team. Please know you have an incredible leader at your disposal. Take advantage of that. Do all the things, get out of your own way, and make whatever you want with Paparazzi, make it possible, because you can do it if you just do it. Get out of your own way and do the things, but pay attention to what Erica says, because she's gold.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was like snapping at the kid in the window. Sorry.
Love it. I love it. I'm glad to be your friend. Thank you so much.
Thank
you. Oh my goodness. We're going to get off of here. We'll talk for like hours. Y'all don't know me and Jill. We talk all the time. So good night, friends. Everyone say thank you to Jill for her time and her wisdom tonight. That was so good. Have an awesome night, and you can do it. What'd she say? You can do it if you'll just do it. That's good. That's good right there. I'm going to make you a quote. You can do it if you'll just do it.
And read your emails.
Yeah. Have an awesome night, friends. Thank you all for being here. We'll see you next time.
Bye.